we'll begin.
All right, thank you so much for joining me for a 75-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 3 rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we'll hop into 26 into yoga, 26 postures, and 2 breathing exercises. If at any point something doesn't feel right for your body, remember that you can modify a posture. You can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. For the sun salutes, you can come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. Take a moment standing up nice and tall with your arms down by your side. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, a sun salute. As you inhale, lift your arms up to the ceiling, look up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees and fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or even the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not working for you today, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you stretch your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, reach your eyes, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your high plank, and let's hold here for a moment. If that lowering down motion doesn't feel good to you, skip it. Go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, hug your elbows in, pull yourself down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. Take a moment here to breathe. Spread your fingers wide. Root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, shoulders away from the ears, neck long. Exhale as you fold, relax. Inhale, arms with ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, lift your arms, lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Last down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels aren't touching the floor, maybe try taking a wider step. Press your heels down, lift your hips up, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful, that's our little warm up. Let's now hop into 26 into yoga. Come to the middle of your mat for pranayama, deep breathing, 2 sets. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe into your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA. Exhale and head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up as you exhale. Open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays in the heels. Hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, thigh muscles tight. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, stomach in, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Just the neck and arms are moving. Lower body stays still like a statue. Look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. So just your head drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push and squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, I'll say a little bit less. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine. Begin, inhale, chin down and arms up, breathing in through your nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back. Stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, look back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. Look into the Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana. Half moon with hands to feet pose, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip, stretch up out of your waist, and bend right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing through the nose, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending elbows and knees continuously, push your hips to the left, looks good, beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. For the rest of class, we're gonna breathe in and out through the nose. It's also worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm bending to the left when in fact I'm bending to the right. You're welcome to follow my words or my body movements the whole time. Just know that in this style of yoga, we'll always do the right side of postures first. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back. Push your left hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale through the nose. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Lean back like you're leaning against a wall behind you. Stretch up tall. And slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Still breathing in and out through the nose. So sometimes we're really tight or we're dealing with an illness or an injury, and we can't go far into postures, or we have to skip postures or modify them. And when that happens to me, I just focus on what I can do rather than what I cannot do. And what I find is pretty much all the time I can breathe, right? So if that's all you do in this time, is all you do is consciously breathe through your nose, that's a beautiful place to be. And bit by bit, you start to add maybe left shoulder a little forward, maybe your right hip a little forward, weight back in the heels, hips forward, arms back. Arms with the ears, inhale, lengthen, exhale, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Maybe even give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt to lift your chest and immediately bring your arms back with your ears, try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back, bend your total spine. Backward bending, keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward and bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Arms with your hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is the U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Halastasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your cups, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching. Roll forward. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back, pull, stretch, lengthen, change. Come up, hands together, arms with your ears, knees can bend as you lift up. Slowly exhale, your arms down by your side, and you stand nice and tall. Second set, inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back. So hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left, still breathing in and out through your nose. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor. Contract your quadricep muscles. Lift your kneecaps. Pull your abdomen in. Squeeze your palms together. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Reset. Stop in the middle. Weight in the heels. Stretch up. Stomach in. And slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Still breathing. In and out through the nose, stretching the right side body, toning the left side body, don't collapse. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, upper body back, lean back, arms with your ears, push your right hip a little forward, get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest, like a flower petal blooming, squeeze your palms together, press your heels down, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes, and give your head a gentle shake. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Whole spine back, bending, whole front of the body stretching. Keep the weight in your heels, quads contracted, knees lifted, glutes nice and strong. Inhale, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Chest up more, hands back more, arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up tall. Exhale, fold biceps with yours. Hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set and what's a little tight and tender. There's no right or wrong. A lot of yoga is just an opportunity to check in with yourself in body, mind, and spirit. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. If you're dealing with a lot of chronic back pain, forward folding is something to be cautious of, or maybe in some circumstances, even like avoid altogether. So keep that in mind. Back bends are pretty good for your back health. Forward folds can be a little intense. If it feels good, then you keep pulling. Keep stretching. Stomach in. Roll forward. Hips up. Knees back. Try to lock your legs. Good. Change. Come up with a flat back. You want to hinge at your hips as you lift up. Good. Arms down. And you stand a little taller. Awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right 6 inches. Hip width distance inside your feet. Perfectly parallel like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor. Tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together. Thumbs with your index fingers. Nothing loose or hanging in your arms. Reach forward, stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with. 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Keep your neck long. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in, hold it in tight. Bring a little bit more weight back into your heels. Reach forward more, shoulders down more. Lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, lay back. Change, inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward. Spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. I'm going to skip this one because of a toe injury that I have. Lift your heels as high as they go. Stretch up. Bend your knees and sit down. So if you deal with injuries like I do, and we're focusing on what we can do rather than what we can't do. Eventually lifting your heels up a little higher, knees up a little higher, lean back, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, still breathing. Last part, keep your arms there, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. Stop whenever you need to. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Thighs parallel to the floor eventually. Arms parallel to the thighs. Spine straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Knees, thighs tight. Change. Slowly come up. Knees together. Good. Heels down. Right foot back. Arms and shoulders down. Take a breath. Second set. Step your right foot to the right. Hip width distance. Insides of your feet. Parallel. Arms up. Parallel to the floor. Triceps tight. Abdomen in. Bend your knees. Sit back and down. So you can stick your butt out and fold forward, sit all the way down. Bring a little bit more weight back into your heels, but keep your toes on the floor. Stomach in, lift up, keep your neck long, shoulders down, reach forward, sit back, lean back, chin up, chest up, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward like you want to eliminate the curvature in your lower back, right? Tuck your tailbone under, spread your toes wide, lift your heels as high as you can. Stretch up tall, bend your knees, and sit down. So for example, I'm lifting the heel that I can. I'm keeping my arms strong, triceps tight, shoulders down. Heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into your chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. Listen to your body. Stop whenever you want, or stop when there's a half-inch gap between your hips and heels, sitting all the way down. Squeeze knees, thighs together. Push the big toes down. Re-engage your triceps, stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling, and change. Slowly come up, knees together, good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana, we're gonna do the right side first. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right elbow, under left elbow, cross first at the elbows, again if you can at the wrists, eventually palms together, thumbs towards your face. You can also interlace fingers or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg as high as possible, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. Doesn't need to be today or tomorrow. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left. Push your top leg into your bottom leg. Twist like ropes. Sit down and lean back. Good. Change. Feet together. Arms over your head. Let's do the left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm. Left under right. Palms together. Thumbs towards your face. pull elbows down. Bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, lean back and bring left leg over right leg, left over right, cross twist as you breathe. In and out through your nose. And you might find that this side feels a little or a lot different from the other side. It does for me, and that's okay. We're not symmetrical. And yoga is not about symmetry. Yoga is about self-realization. So keep that in mind. The postures are like healing tools, right? But the goal is not like to do the postures. The goal is to get to know yourself better. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Right into second set, bring your right arm under left arm, and bicep under tricep, pull elbows down, one day fingers below the nose, bend your knees, sit back and down, lean back, and bring right leg over left leg, hamstring over quadricep, cross twist, and breathe. Left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. You want wrists, elbows, knees, ankles, all in one line. Stick your butt out a little bit, sit back and down, sit down more, lean your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one, here we go. Bring your left arm under your right arm, pull elbows down, sit back and down, lean back, and bring left leg over right leg. Relax your jaw, seal your lips, breathe. So think about pressing your top thigh into your bottom quadricep muscle. Bring right knee to right, left knee to left, right elbow to right, left elbow to left. Feel deep compression running down the center line of your body among all your major joints. Sit down more and lean back. Good. Change, feet together, arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale through your nose, slowly bring your arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. So this is our only water break, but obviously drink water as you see fit, especially in the summer months, especially if you're practicing somewhere hot like Washington, D.C. We will continue with standing head to knee pose, Dandayamana Janushasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, squeeze your left thigh tight, lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up and point your toes, flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back to your face, left glute engaged. Option to stay here, stretching up, or as you're ready, start to round down and eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. You know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an L like Linda. Puff up your chest first, lengthen through the spine, and then start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles, bring your chest down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscles, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, slowly reverse, out. Shift your weight to your right leg, contract your inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your right kneecap, squeeze your right glute. Lift your left leg up and point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face, stomach in. Option to stay here as you're ready, round down, and pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. So make sure that your right big toe stays down on the floor the whole time. Without letting the right big toe lift up, start to lift your left leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back. So you want to keep moving the hips forward, heel forward, all 5 toes back towards your face. From the ankle, pointer flexion, stretching the Achilles tendon. If both legs lock, puff up your chest and bend elbows down. Keep the right big toe down. Touch your elbows into your calf muscles. Bring the shoulders back and down, chest down more. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Change. Take your time, arms straight, bend the left leg, left foot down, put your hands on your hips and do a little back bend, or an even. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Squeeze your left thigh tight, squeeze your left glute, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your right foot. On this side, try to keep your left big toe down. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. When you're ready, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Lock your knee, lock your knee. Lock your knee. Take your time as you come out. Never letting the left big toe come off the floor. Good, last one, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze right thigh tight, breathe. I need to remind myself of that sometimes. Lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down. So part of what makes this yoga is that we're constantly connecting back to our breath, checking in, making sure that we're moving in a way that feels good. So if it feels good, lift your left leg up. And if that feels good, bend your elbows down. And if you can balance comfortably, tuck your chin to your chest and put your forehead on your knee. Sometimes you fall, but sometimes you fly. Hold and breathe. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, slowly reverse out. Very nice. Okay, good for you. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot, tap the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back, right hip forward and down, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, lift your shoulder, take a breath, stretch up. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. So sometimes even just the setup of the posture is enough, right? Like sometimes this is what I can do, and this is a great place to be because you're still working on opening that shoulder. You're working on your balance, right? You're working on stretching the shoulders apart, opening through your chest. Other days, right? You might want to come down all the way to parallel. See the foot come directly over the top of your head, 2 heels in line, kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly, kick yourself up. Okay, bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot, tap the ankle, thumb with your index finger, bring your right arm up and back, left hip forward, try to get your knees together to start. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, lift your shoulder, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. Notice how this side might feel a little different from the other side. Definitely does for me. Slowly charge your body forward. Slowly let your left shoulder disappear behind your right shoulder. So from the front, 2 shoulders in line. Kick back and up. From the side, 2 heels in line. Eventually, left foot stacks on top of right foot. Slowly come down. See the foot coming over the top of your head. Look straight ahead. All 5 fingers together. Thumb with your index finger. Body down more. Leg up more. Charge your body forward. Keep kicking. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Change slowly. Kick yourself up. Feet together. Arms down. Take a breath. So we're never in such a rush that we don't have time for a nice slow breath. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, left arm up and back, right hip forward and down, knees together, lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, lift your shoulders, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Slowly body down to parallel. Slowly big toe up to the ceiling. Body down. Leg up. Charge forward. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Change with control. Kick yourself up. Good. Last one. Bring your left hand up. Out to the left. Reach back. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle. Right arm up. Knees together. Lock your right leg. Point your left toes. Lift your chin. Stretch up. And slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Standing bow pulling pose, a bow like an archery. Some people say your right arm makes the arrow, piercing the air. Left arm and leg make the bow, like you're drawing a bow taut with your body. Iyengar takes it a step further. He says, body is the bow, posture is the arrow, target is the soul. Body down, leg up, connecting inward, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat, tool Dandasana, balancing stick, short posture. Good, solid attention. Feet together. Be focused here. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock fingers. Release index fingers. Cross thumbs, lean back, step your right foot forward. Shift your weight to your right foot, hip over ankle, stretch up, point your left toes, and come down. Eventually down to parallel. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, stomach in. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot, lock both legs, point your right toes and tilt. Come down without letting your hip open. So right hip down, both hips facing the floor. Chest down, chin forward. Lift your right leg a little higher, point your right toes, stretch, change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down, hold still, take a breath. Second set, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, switch to grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Keep your arms with your ears, your stomach in. Step your right foot forward, left hip forward, lock both legs, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down without letting the hip open, right? So on this side, drop your left hip down, spiral your inner left thigh up, armpits facing the floor, look a little forward, stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, stomach in, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, tilt. Keep your pelvis neutral so you're not sticking your butt out, but you're also not rounding the spine. Chest down, chin forward, arms with your ears, lift your leg up, point your right toes, stretch, change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. Come to the top of your mat. You can face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I will face you. Standing, separate leg stretching. Dandayamana, Vikaptapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in or point your toes forward. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Lead with your chin. Good. Grab your heels from behind. You can also grab the outsides of your feet, or if your knees are bending, put your hands on the floor. You can even walk your hands forward. Everybody roll forward, find your edge. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, full body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time. Very nice, step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, and slowly with control, arms down. So even, the ways that we move in and out of postures, we want to do with intention, with a little bit of like stillness and breath. Second set, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, arms down parallel. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Good, so legs are locked from the beginning. You can grab your heels from behind, go for it. Bend your elbows back, elbows to calf, shoulders up, shoulders to ceiling, stomach in, belly button to spine. Everybody roll forward. Lift your hips up, keep pulling, keep stretching. Touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, no rush. Take your time, very nice. Right foot back, arms up, and arms down. Wonderful. Triangle Trikonasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 to 5 feet, arms down parallel to the floor. You can press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in a little bit. Inhale, bend your right leg. You can bounce a couple times to warm up the hips and knees. And then sit as low as you can. Push your hips forward, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingertips towards your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Profile of your face visible to the side of your mat. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Bend your right knee to sit down. Now turn and twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture, Ardha Matsyendrasana at the end of class. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg. Right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, but not crisscross. Okay, inhale, bend your left leg and lunge, you can bounce. You can also try turning your right toes in more, moving your right hip forward more, or taking a bigger or smaller step if it helps you to sit down. Left thigh bicep parallel to the floor. Push your hips forward, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Look up and stretch up. Actively reach your right arm up to the ceiling. At the time, stretch your left fingertips down, almost grazing the floor, but never quite touching. Reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbows. Suck your stomach in and lift your left side torso off of your left thigh. Turn and twist upper body back. Lock your right leg. Keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your left leg. Left toes in. Right foot back. Arms up and arms down. Take a breath. Go again. Arms overhead, sideways, big. Stretch up. Step your right foot to the right. Big step. Press hips forward. Stretch the crown of your head up. Turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in. Inhale, bend your right leg, sit down. Lean back and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Left arm up to the ceiling, look up, stretch up on this side. Try to keep your right side torso away from your right thigh. So left hip down more, right hip down more, pardon me, right hip down more, right knee back more, right rib cage forward, left rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Bend your left leg and sit down. Lean back and move your arms. I've probably taught this posture a couple thousand times, and I've probably only ended it without saying right leg locked, right foot flat on the floor like 5 times. In general, I love that there's like a dialogue that we go along with, but every once in a while it is fun to change it up. Look up, stretch up, turn and twist upper body back. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. There it is, change. Rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and arms down. I love the repetition of the sequence of the words, but every once in a while it's fun to do things a little different. Standing separate leg, head to knee. Dandayamana, Bikapapada, Janushirasana. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale through your nose, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. A generous step, be generous with yourself. Pivot on your heels to one side of your mat. If you're on the long side of your mat, you'll face the back of your mat. Turn your back toes in, press your left hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Back side foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and you go down, chin to chest, stomach in. Touch your exactly forehead and knee together, front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. You can inch your toes forward a little bit more, take a wider step if it helps you touch your forehead and knee together. Eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, come up, press your palms together, biceps with ears, head up, last. Pick up your toes, pivot to the other side of the room or the front of your mat. Uncross your feet, turn your back toes in, press your right hip forward, make sure you still have a big step between your feet. Right hip forward, right toes in. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly go down. So again, forward folds, and especially rounded spine postures are one to be careful of if you have like an achy back or a history of slip discs. To bring your forehead and knee closer together, you can always bend your front leg. You can turn your back toes in more. You can try taking a bigger or smaller step. You can actively push your fingers into the floor, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee, but you're never forcing your body. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, hands together, arms with ears, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, slowly arms down, beautiful. Second set, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, at least 36 inches. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, right rib cage back, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down, chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead and knee together. Or maybe just bring them a little closer together in the second set. Front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Right hip up a little bit, left hip forward a little bit, 2 hips in line. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together first. Don't skip the step. Change, slowly come up. Left hip forward, I might sneeze, full stop at the top. Whew, when you're ready, pivot on your heels. I'm gonna face forward just like you. Turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward a little bit more than you think you can. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down. I have this thing, anytime I say, I think I might sneeze, I end up not sneezing. Chin to chest, stomach in. Like, have you ever had a yoga class where you tell the teacher beforehand, like, ooh, I'm gonna take it easy this time, and then it ends up being like the best class you've done in like months, right? Something about, I think, naming our concern or our worry helps to free us of that. Chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead and knee together. And often we see that concern or that worry when we name it out loud. You know, maybe it was real, but maybe it actually wasn't there all along. Left hip up a little bit, right hip forward a little bit, 2 hips in line, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, imagine you could drag your forehead up your thigh, your chest, head up. Last, good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, slowly arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Eventually feel the costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance without your foot falling, left hand up. Elbows down, chest up. Stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling, temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. Change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up. Feel the costume, let your left knee drop. On this side, try to move your left hip a little forward, left knee back, one day from the side, 2 knees in line. Left hand up, and if you can balance without your foot falling, right hand up, but if your foot falls like mine does, you can hold on to your foot the whole time. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your shoulders down. From the side, back is nice and long. Beautiful, change, left leg down. You can do a second set of tree pose. You can also try another fun posture called toe stand, Padangusthasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Let your right knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together, and as you're ready, fold forward. Hands to floor, you can always walk your hands forward. Lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Point your right toes, stretch your spine up. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good. Change, right leg down. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes. Lock your right leg, lift your left leg up. Let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. I'm going to stay in tree pose. You're welcome to as well. Otherwise, I will walk you through toe stand. Without bending your right knee, start to fold forward. Hands to floor first, lean forward, put your weight in your arms, lift your right heel, bend your right knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips and really stretch up so your back is nice and long. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together, elbows down, stomach in, come a half inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg. Press your right heel down, push your hips forward, lift your chest up to come up. And whenever you're ready, change. Left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. You're on the floor for the rest of class. I'm gonna adjust our camera angle a little bit here. Okay, wee. So lying on your back in Savasana. Okay, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. So every time in class, I feel a sneeze coming on and I feel like I have to tell, I don't know, like I have to declare it because I'm teaching and I don't want to alarm you with a sneeze out of nowhere. And so then I do, I'm like, I'm gonna sneeze, and then I don't sneeze. And it reminds me of as a child when I would get hiccups, and like the kind of hiccups that you cannot stop no matter what.
my dad would play this mind game with me where he would say, if you can hiccup right now, I'll give you $20. Right now, I'll give you $20 if you can hiccup this very instant. And it would, unfortunately for me, cure my hiccups every single time. Like the minute all of a sudden there was an incentive to hiccup, I couldn't do it, but nothing else worked. It was that like mind game. I don't know, maybe I need to like talk to my therapist about that. But really, I think what that taught me is like our minds are really strong. They're really powerful. And also they're ours, right, to strengthen. So I think, that was a playful example. And again, unfortunate because I could have been like a millionaire by now if my dad, had I been able to pick up and my dad had actually given me $20. But I also learned in that moment, right, that somebody else was using like a mind game on me, and I wanted to learn mind games for myself. And I think, as some people point out, yoga has some like Jedi mind tricks in it, right? You're learning to control your mind rather than having your mind control you. You're learning to control your mind rather than having your mind control you. And that can seem kind of gauzy, right? And like airy in theory, but in practice, what that means is during your yoga class, if you notice that you're saying something unkind to yourself, something untrue about yourself, right? You're going to notice that, and then you're going to step back for a second and say something true and kind to yourself. Or when you notice that your mind is wandering to something that happened after class or something that you have to do after class, you're going to notice that happening. You're going to observe that thought pattern, and then you're going to compassionately bring yourself back into your breath, back into your body, back into your yoga practice. So it's not, about perfection or like that we're meditating the whole time. It's this idea that through yoga, we can notice our thought patterns, and then we have a really beautiful opportunity to compassionately practice shaping or changing our thought patterns. They're a little bit more kind, a little bit more true. And as our compassion for ourselves grows, right, our compassion for those around us grows as well. And that's just a really beautiful place to be. And yoga is a really safe place to practice that. Pavana Muktasana, wind removing pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe, don't move, don't even blink your eyes. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf doesn't naturally touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back to your face. Otherwise, keep your right foot relaxed. Everybody relax your left foot. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down. Without lifting your head, tuck your chin in a little bit and look down the center line of your body. Head on the floor, puff up your chest, neck, shoulders on the floor. Belly button heavy like lead, middle spine on the floor. Squeeze your knees together, press your shins into your forearms, roll your hips into the floor. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Take a breath. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip, pull down, you're purposely putting pressure on your lower abdomen. This posture is good for digestion, upset stomachs, gas bubbles in the abdomen. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. It's also a little bit of a hip opener. But imagine that from a bird's eye view, you want your two hips to be parallel. So feel if your left hip is like sneaking up, you want to press the left hip down a little bit so two hips in line. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, maybe other elbow on top if you remember which one. I never do. Keep your heels in line, head on the floor, look down the center line of your body. This is an opportunity to give yourself a really big hug today, maybe for practicing yoga or maybe like something else that you're proud of for doing today. Good for you. Big squeeze. And change, arms down and eyes open. So when we connect our mind to our body through our breath, that is the good stuff, right? That is what makes that yoga posture different from maybe a physical therapy exercise. that that looks the same, right? Like bending knees, grabbing elbows, but it's a little bit different with yoga, right? Because we're intentionally hugging ourselves. We're being intentional with our breath, with how we're moving in time and space. That's the difference between yoga versus like physical therapy or contortion, right? Or circus or other like physical endeavors. It's much more than the physical, right? Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet us on your stomach. I do it all the time. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Beautiful. Turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders, so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only. Just your belly button on the floor, beautiful. The rest of your chest is in the air. Looks so good. Elbows stay bent and make an L and 90-degree angle. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stretch your elbows down to your hip bones. Keep your feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your back. Push your feet down, hips down, hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control. Lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together. Heels fall open. If you have a tight neck like I do today, you're welcome to bend one or both arms so that your hands are close to your face, and that'll take some pressure off of any like tight neck or shoulder pain that you're having. Second set, Cobra, chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders. So from a bird's eye view, I cannot see your manicure. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, look up and lift. So keep your hands flat on the floor. Chest lifts. This posture is so good for strengthening your back. Keep your neck nice and long, especially in a world where we tend to hunch forward a lot. This is undoing a lot of that unnecessary stress and strain on the neck, on the shoulders, on the back. Feel your kneecaps lifting. Press your feet down, lock your legs, squeeze your back. Press your hips down, hands down, lift your chest, and change slowly with control. Lower down, look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling. Toes together, heels fall open. Inhale and exhale. Locust, Shalabhasana, chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Option to keep your arms out to the side, or as you're ready, see if you can bring your arms underneath you. So one day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. We're starting to stretch out through the tendons and ligaments of the arms and hands. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, lift your heel up. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Press your shoulders down. If you're hyper flexible, make sure you're not hyperextending your elbows, right? You want to press your shoulders and palms down rather than your elbows and wrists. Change, left leg down. Third part, mouth in a little bit, chin in a little bit, I should say, mouth down. So your neck is nice and long and neutral, mouth on your neck to protect your neck. Maybe bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers a little bit wider, feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your back, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. You can do it, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth forward, mouth down, push your hands back, roll forward, lift your legs up, change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat, take a nice breath. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you. This is an example of, it might be a little uncomfortable to have your arms underneath you, and that's okay. But if it's hurting or doesn't feel good after class, that might be a sign to keep the arms out to the side. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. Similarly, eventually you're going to bring your chin forward in the first two parts to stretch out the throat, the front of the neck. But if that does not feel good for your neck today, you can keep your mouth down, lift your leg up, change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg. So one leg is practice for two legs. See how high you can lift the left leg here without lifting the hip. Keep your hip down, heel up, change, left leg down. Okay, here's the real deal. Let's do it. Second set.
Mouth down, bring your arms a little closer, spread your fingers wider, zip up your legs, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up. You can use your hips and forearms for leverage. Arms strong, triceps tight, legs strong, glutes tight. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, lift your legs up, change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the left, right here on your mat, and let that one go. Inhale through your nose, feel the backs of your ribs expand. Exhale through your nose, let your shoulders fall. Purnashalabhasana, full locust, chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, zip up your legs, toes and heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor, gorgeous, like a 747 taking off, just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Neck stays long, so you're not dropping your head all the way down, but you're also not jamming it all the way back. Lift your arms a little higher, legs a little higher, lock your legs, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your right, left you on your mat. Be wary of flopping out of postures. Sometimes, we go into the postures with grace, we hold them, and then we collapse out of them. Every once in a while that'll happen because, hey, you tried something new or you went a little deeper, or like today was just different. Falling out of postures, flopping out of postures, often that's just an opportunity for growth. But if you notice that there's a posture where you are falling out or flopping out like every single time, or you have to come out early every single time, that might be a sign that you want to go a little bit slower or do a little bit less so that you can hold it and that you can go out of it with the same control and intention that you went into it. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. By the same token, if you can hold every single posture the whole time, every single time, that's an opportunity to go a little bit deeper, right? So if you fall out every time, do a little less. If you hold every single time, do a little bit more. Lock your legs, point your toes, squeeze your butt, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, and slowly change. Very nice. Arms in, tucking your wings, look to your left, right here on your mat. Slow inhale. Even slower exhale. So you're focusing on what you can control, which is your breath. Especially in the last year, there's so many people who couldn't control their breath, right, with COVID. So I'm always reminded that with yoga, like how very lucky we are to be able to breathe every day. Like what a gift, and to really appreciate that breath even more, because some folks don't even realize, wow, what a gift to be able to breathe, right? To feel your breath, to feel your lungs expanding and contracting. That's such a gift you give yourself, just to be able to appreciate that, even if just for a few moments in Savasana. Dhanurasana, floor bow, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers. You can also grab 1 foot at a time and switch it up. In the second set, point your toes, squeeze your buns, look up to the ceiling and kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking up and you're kicking back. Roll forward, freeze between your ribs and hips. Hyper flexible folks, make sure that you're not hyperextending the elbows, right? The arms are long for sure, but if you're hyper flexible, not hyperextending the elbows. Point your toes, look up to the ceiling, keep your chest lifted, neck long, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat. Inhale, and slowly exhale. Just taking a moment to feel your body move with your breath. Second set, chin forward, point your toes, squeeze your butt, grab your feet, look up, and start to kick. Continuously keep kicking. Now at first the shoulders are down, but eventually you're gonna let your shoulders roll back and open, and that's when you start to kick all the way up to the ceiling. At first the wrists are bent, eventually you're gonna use upper fingertip strength, bring the insides of the wrists closer together, wrist straight, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your left, and take a breath. Let that one go. Okay,
Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I'll show you from the side. Start in tabletop, open your knees, open your feet, point your toes to the back wall so the insides of your feet are parallel. From here, start to walk your hands back and sink your hips down. Sit down between your heels. If you can sit between your heels, put your hands on your feet. Right elbow down, left elbow down, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, look down the center line of your body and hold. What I just described in 10 seconds takes some people 10 years, and that's okay. If anything, I think that's a gift because it reminds me at least that depth of postures does not equate to yoga practice, right? That's a correlation, not a causation. You could be a lifelong yogi and not go very far in this posture, or you could be kind of flexible, go to a class and do this posture. But again, the yoga is not about the postures, right? It's about the mind-body connection. And that's what the long-term practitioner gains over time, even if their knees or ankles are still a little tight. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So we get into trouble when we equate advanced yoga asanas with advanced yoga practices. And there's for sure an overlap, right? But again, like if you have a background in gymnastics or ballet, postures might, appear like you're a seasoned yogi, but it can actually just be like, oh, you've done the standing splits for a lot of your life. That's very different from the breath work that we do, right? The concentrate and meditate that we work on, our mind control, right? Those are a little different. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat, second set. You can sit knees, feet together, sit on your heels, and then open your feet and sit down between your heels. You can keep your knees together or open your knees if that helps. Put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, maybe grab other elbow on top, look down the center line of your body, breathe. Feels so nice, just a gentle stretch, right? Never a point of pain, never going to a point where you want to grit your teeth or hold your breath. It should feel good. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. So you lie down on your back, you get a nice rush of blood through your toes, your ankles, your knees, your hips. And there's also, I should say, there's nothing wrong with like an advanced asana practice. I enjoy that myself. But in my own personal practice of like learning to do the standing splits or things like that, it's still not about the postures, right? It's about like the grit, the tenacity, the dedication, the compassion that you learn along the way. And sure, the posture might be a symbol of that, but the posture is also a symbol of the fact that I have naturally flexible hamstrings, right? So you can have all of the determination, grit, tenacity, compassion, dedication for yourself. But if you have kind of tight hamstrings, right, you might not do the standing splits, and that's okay, because it's not about the posture. Leg together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, okay. Come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and fold. Stomach in, try to touch your forehead to the floor first, then little fingers. This is our half tortoise posture. Imagine that your back is your tortoise shell. What would you need to do to stretch your neck and your little tortoise tail away from the shell, right? So you're reaching your arms forward, neck forward, sinking your hips down, tailbone back, and change. Come on up. You can always walk yourself in and out of it or come up arms with ears. Very nice. Arms down, turn around, Savasana. If the sit-ups ever bother your back, remember that you can skip the sit-ups by rolling off to the side. The sit-ups, like everything else we do, are optional. So you can roll off to the side here, or legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, second set, half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, big stretch up, and slowly fold. Stomach in, forehead to floor, whoo, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come on up, stomach in, knees, feet together, beautiful, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So I think in yoga and relationships and in life in general, we can get into a danger zone when we do always or never. Like I never do the sit-ups, or I always do the sit-ups. So why would I skip them today, even though my back is hurting a little bit, right? If you notice, there's always a posture that you always do, or there's a posture that you never do. You know, maybe every once in a while, try that thing that you often skip. And every once in a while, right, if something just doesn't feel right, skip the posture that you always do, right? Because sometimes you just don't know. Maybe you stepped on a crack on the sidewalk or rolled out of bed the wrong way, right? So give yourself the gift of presence. And when we're truly present with ourselves and honest with ourselves, we're much less likely to get hurt, right? Because we're aware of, you know what, the sit-ups don't feel good today. So even though I normally do it, I'm going to skip it. Or, you know what, even though I've been skipping sit-ups for a while, I have energy. My back feels good. I think I'm going to try one. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat, Camel Ustrasana, our deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between knees and feet. Place your hands on your lower back for support. Like you could push the heels of your hands into your lower back. Press your hips forward, keep your eyes open, start to look up, and this might be enough for today. When you're ready, lift your nose, lift your chin, one day head goes back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, eventually looking for your toes behind you. And remember that you can keep your hands on your back the whole time. But if you always keep your hands on your back, maybe try one arm at a time, reaching for your heels and then bringing your hands back. Change, put your hands on your back if they're not there already. Press yourself up without twisting. Head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And also keep in mind, we do a second set for a reason. So a lot of times I find with folks in the first set, like you can't grab your heels, but in the second set, it might actually be closer than you realize. So again, if you always keep your hands on your back, every once in a while, like just one hand at a time, see if you can reach back. And then, right, of course, you can bring your hands back to your lower back, but just reaching back every once in a while plants that seed. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat, second set. You can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. And if this posture bothers your knees, you can always roll up your mat. That's true of any posture that bothers your knees or your ankles. Put your hands on your back. Maybe you try bringing elbows close together behind you. Press hips forward, lift chest up, drop head back. Option to stay here or go back halfway. Option to stay here, or maybe just reach back one arm at a time. Eventually grab your heels, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up. Head up last, beautiful, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, letting everything stretch out and realign. Let the floor hold you up. Okay, let's keep going. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, rabbit Sasandasana, moving the spine in the other direction. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your H-E-E-L-S heel. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down slow with control. Chin to chest, stomach in. Kind of being cautious if your back is a little sore today. Forehead to knees, top of head to floor. You could stay here with your hips on your heels, or when you're ready, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip and lift your hips up.
If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. You want about 30% of your body weight in your neck and head, and the rest of your body weight, that's 70%, in that full palm grip on your heels. So if your grip is sliding or you're tipping forward a little bit, ease up a little bit. Pull on your heels, squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, eventually arms lock. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl. Vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last. Very nice. Turn around. Savasana. Take a breath. Okay, legs together, arms over your head. Flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Keep the little toes flexed back, especially. Wonderful. Second set, rabbit. Let's hop to it. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside. Stretch up tall. Tuck your chin to your chest. Go down. Take your time. Forehead to knees, maybe nose between the knees. Automatically top of head to floor. Reach back, grab your heels. Don't lose the grip. Lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl. Take your time, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Almost to the end, everybody's doing great. We're gonna do 2 very quick sets of head to knee with stretching, starting now. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, come to the middle of your mat, Janusharasana head to knee pose. 2 quick sets, right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, sole of right foot pushes into inner left thigh, stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. If your forehead and knee don't touch with a straight leg, bend your leg as much as you need, touch your knee and head together, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, pull your abdomen in. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here, stretch up, otherwise lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a straight back. If your back is flat and your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold. Stick your butt out a little bit, stomach to thighs pull, chest to knees stretch. One day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Take a moment here to lie still. Feel your head heavy on the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, not anticipating, just staying with your breath, a moving meditation. Legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Wonderful, second set, right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L. Sole of left foot pushes into inner right thigh, so your leg is not on top of your foot. Inhale, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Try to lock your leg, bend the elbows down, suck the stomach in, left elbow down, left sit bone down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee, elbows down. On this side, right shoulder down, right hip down, right elbow down, roll into the right. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. You can stay here or lay down and sit up. Okay, second set stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your buns back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. I always feel like a penguin waddling. Okay, if your legs are straight, lock your legs. If you've ever wondered what's going through my mind when I'm doing that, lock your legs, lock your arms, puff up your chest, and fold, shoulders back, chest forward, stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees stretch, lock your legs, one day toes and head touch. change. Stay seated, spine twist. You can keep your left leg long, cross your right leg over left knee, right heel to left knee. You can also bend your left leg. Either way, touch right heel to left knee corner. Right arm close behind you like a second spine, left arm up and over, draw a circle, push your right knee out of the way, grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and knee all touch. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. You can also reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, beautiful, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch left heel to right knee. You can also keep your right leg long in front of you, left arm behind you, right arm up, draw a circle over, push your left knee out of the way, grab your right knee with your right hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones so you're sitting up rather than leaning back or to one side. If you can balance here, reach behind you, grab your right thigh with your left hand for the half bind. Keep your right knee down, point your right toes, left foot down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So we begin this sequence with a breathing exercise and we end this sequence, bookend it really with a breathing exercise. Come to the middle of your mat. You can sit in Vajrasana, firm pose. That means knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If sitting on your feet does not feel good, sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Every once in a while, try to sit like this. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. This is Bikram's version of Kapalbhati breathing out through the mouth, and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you exhale rapidly through your mouth. As you exhale through the mouth, you pull like you're snapping your stomach in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. So the exhale is quite audible, forceful, intentional. The inhale is really passive and subtle. You barely notice it's happening. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. You can close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. Take up as much or as little space as you want. And take a nice slow breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Practicing that idea, right, that you're in control of your mind rather than letting the mind control you. Practicing a little bit of Jedi mind tricks. Every once in a while, maybe even finding some samadhi, some bliss. May the force be with you.